Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on this hour of Chris 6 Sunrise.
Here's a look at what stories we're covering in your neighborhood.
A 19-year-old shot at a party. Almana Conejo near downtown speaking to the teen about surviving and his message to the community.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. You know, it is a great week. It's back to school week for a lot of kiddos. Back to school right around the corner. And West Oso is getting ready. Our neighborhood news reporter Jada Jenkins is live this morning over at West Oso Elementary with West Oso Superintendent Kim Moore to talk more about what's new for students this year. Hey, good morning, Jada. Good to see you.
Good morning. Yes, it's officially time to say goodbye to the super summer, and it is now time to say hello to the first day of school. So we have this beautiful background out here. We are having staff members excited and pumped up to invite our students back into these doors. And here I have Superintendent Kimberly Moore here. So tell me, Superintendent, what are you most excited about to have these students walk in these doors?
Good morning. So we've done lots and lots of preparation for the 25-26 school year. Our theme this year is writing our legacy without limits. And so we're excited to challenge our students, to pour into our students knowledge in our hearts, and so that we know that they can accomplish anything with as much as possible, academically, artistically, athletically, and we're here to support them to accomplish their goals and their dreams.
Absolutely, everything with no limits. And from my understanding, this is actually the largest campus, correct?
That is correct. So as of yesterday, we have 580 students enrolled, and we probably will have a few more come in this morning. These are our second, third, fourth, and fifth grade students here at West Oso Elementary School.
Oh my goodness, the little baby.
Yes,
the little baby. So what's a message that you have for these students for their first day?
Just to be focused. So the other thing, not so much an issue at this campus, but secondaries, we're not having phones this year. And so we're really hoping that with that distraction removed, that our students can achieve even more than they have in previous years, because they're not going to have those distractions. They're going to focus on their learning.
All right, so these kids need to make sure that they're prepared to have a zero phone school year.
Right? Yeah, they're going to be unplugged, and we're going to learn again how to talk to each other face to face, making eye contact, building relationships with the people that we're with here in this room, rather than having half of our attention be on that device.
Yes, and I'm really excited for the students. I'm sure that they're excited to come in, and once they see all of this, they're going to be really excited to go ahead. And so that is what we have today.
Yes.
And so I am your neighborhood news reporter, Jada Jenkins, on the west side here at West Oso Elementary School, waiting for our students to come in with Kimberly Moore, Superintendent.
Thank you so much, Jada. Appreciate that. Great reporting there. We'll catch back up with you in just a little bit.
Yeah, but now let's turn things over to meteorologist Julia Quady, who's standing by with a look at our roadways before you head out the door this morning. Is it going to be a busy one for those? I mean, it's a little early to be going to school right now, right?
Yeah, it's a little early right now. So right now, for the most part, across most of our roadways, things are still looking relatively calm, easy flowing, traffic flow throughout most of our roadways. But we'll go ahead and get into that so you can expect what you can see on those roadways if you have to head out the door right now. At this moment, though, heading on Ocean Drive onto SPID as well as on Saratoga, all three of those roadways are moving well for you this morning with no traffic hiccups in sight, because all those shades of green, of course, indicating that things are moving well. Moving on over to Flower Bluff, slightly different story throughout some portions of some roadways here. So let's go ahead and break it on down. Taking a look at Waldron Road, you got one small sliver with a bit of a medium speed that you want to make sure you're aware of. And then once you get closer towards leaving and approaching the gate at NAS Corpus Christi, you're going to be greeted by a mixture of medium and slow speeds there, so you want to keep that in mind too. Heading on Flower Bluff Drive, though, things are moving pretty well for you there on that roadway, and same thing heading on the JFK Causeway going to and from the island, also looking at pretty easy drive conditions for you on this Tuesday morning. More details in your forecast coming up in the next few minutes.
Julia, thank you so much. And now to some Lone Star news. Members of the Texas House of Representatives were once again unable to reach a quorum yesterday. This comes after Democrats left the state last week in order to hinder a Republican-led redistricting and gerrymandering effort. That effort could potentially result in another 5 U.S. House seats being ripped from Democrats and being given to Republicans during the 2026 midterms. Governor Greg Abbott spoke on the matter and how long he thinks this could last. Take a look.
If they think all they have to do is wait it out until November, December, they're wrong. I'm going to do this for the next 2 years, and they're going to have to basically take up residency in Illinois. They might as well start voting in Illinois.
Under state law, the Texas governor does have the right to call for a special legislative session at any time.
Sticking in Austin, a suspected gunman has been arrested after opening fire at a Target parking lot, killing 3 people and injuring 1 yesterday. Austin police say the suspect, identified as a 32-year-old male, stole a car, fled the scene, crashed that car, and then hijacked another vehicle before he was arrested a little time later. Officials say the suspect has a mental health history, but there's no word on a motive so far.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Tuesday. So we got a lot to talk about in our forecast today. Here at home, things will be relatively calm, very similar to what we experienced yesterday on our Monday in terms of still seeing those warmer temperatures and a lot of heat and humidity at play and worsening heat risk to come as we look ahead towards the second half of our work week. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the tropics and get you updated on what's going on there. Things are starting to brew on in with some more tropical activity happening. So right now, taking a look at the northeastern Gulf, we can see there's an area of low pressure, just a bit of a disorganized area right now, tropical wave that's showing little to no chance right now at this moment of development over the next 7 days. Literally a 0% chance this time. Just the areas, just disorganized showers and thunderstorms. But taking a bit of a wider scope, a wider view, we do have a couple other areas where we can see some couple tropical blips here and there. There's another that's a little bit further up towards the northwestern Atlantic at the moment right now. So again, that other area of that tropical wave also looking at a very low chance of development. I believe it's around 10 to 20% chance. And of course, being that far up north, it's going to just get greeted with a lot of difficulties. That's going to make it hard for that system to develop over the next 7 days. But we are tracking this now. Tropical Storm Erin, it did become a tropical storm yesterday. It's expected and forecasted to become the first hurricane of the 2025 hurricane season. Right now, it's still off towards the more past nearby West Africa, not too far there, expected to start to intensify and eventually potentially become a Category 3 hurricane based on its forecast track at this point. It is way too early to tell where this system is going to eventually end up. We're going to continue to monitor this along with the National Hurricane Center, but right now, impacts for us here in the coastal bend look to be not to be expected at this moment. But taking a look at what your conditions are right now heading out the door, got a lot of that humidity still at play, adding towards our air temperatures, still reaching towards those mid 70s at the very lowest, lower 80s for areas a little bit more closer towards the coast. Taking a look at your school day forecast here for folks who are starting their first day at school. Again, looking at conditions looking to be pretty similar to what we're waking up to right now, into those mid to upper 70s. By this afternoon, though, reaching towards those mid to upper 90s for our afternoon high temperature. Couple chances to see a couple stray showers, but true rain chances coming in by this weekend.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm, battling for justice, winning for the community.
You don't often hear people that know what the Purple Heart is or what it's about.
But you know what? Local group Military Order of the Purple Heart Chapter 598 is hoping to change that. As we've reported, they're hosting events throughout the month to honor Purple Heart recipients, those wounded or killed in combat while serving our country. On Saturday, the group held a ceremony at the Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History. And while I was there, I spoke with Army veteran Amado Gonzalez, who shared his powerful story. Tonight at 6, hear why this Purple Heart recipient says he doesn't see himself as a hero and what he says that title really means to him.
Today in your neighborhood, it is the first day of school for many school districts across the area, like West Oso ISD, Brooks County ISD, Beeville ISD, Rivera ISD, and Port Aransas ISD. They all start their school year today. Remember to be safe, and if you're dropping off those kiddos, leave early, anticipating that heavier traffic for the first few days of the school year.
New technology, including AI, continues to grow, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm Stephanie Molina, your neighborhood news reporter in Robstown, and I'll show you how teachers across the coastal bend are learning how to use this tech in the classroom.
ChatGPT, very popular now.
The reality is, AI isn't going anywhere anytime soon. That's why local teachers came together for the Tech Connect conference at Robstown ISD.
So a lot of our sessions are actually circled around AI, and it's to give the chance for our educators, everyone from our administrators to our teachers to our paraprofessionals, to know what is out there currently.
That's Rachel Medrano. She's the Instructional Technology Coordinator with Robstown ISD. She says it's time for teachers to embrace this new digital age.
Oh, I can use it for this, I can use it for that, I can use it to help me lesson plan, I can help it design my flyer, and it does it within seconds.
AI is a tool for teachers and a powerful one. Medrano says there's tools that they can incorporate to lessen their workload, but still help their students.
If I leave this tool open for my students, it's like having my personal assistant help that student.
Isabel Lopez is about to start her first year teaching at Agua Dulce. She says she's trying to learn all she can ahead of the school year.
New students, they're accustomed to it, like that's all that they've ever known. And so I think it's better to know how to work with that and know like the limitations.
Even though she didn't have AI growing up, she says she's keeping an open mind as she enters her teaching career.
AI, technology, all that stuff is eventually gonna take over like the traditional way, like how I did it. So I just think it's better to just embrace it and just like learn as much as I can about it.
The next Tech Connect conference will be held next July. In Robstown, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, KRIS 6 News.
All right, folks, there's a couple of popular Corpus Christi attractions that you may love, but it may be shut down for now. Firstly, we're going to talk about the water gardens. That fountain was shut down Sunday for some maintenance. Some of that work includes things like power washing the entire area, servicing those pumps, checking the lighting system, and completing some inspections. Visitors will have to go without the flow until Friday. That's when the maintenance should wrap up. So if you may remember, the water garden reopened just over a year ago after being shut down for 7 years because damage from Hurricane Harvey. The second closure is at the Corpus Christi Natatorium on Cabaniss Parkway. Natatorium closed this past Friday, won't reopen until September 1st. CCISD work crews will do some upgrades and perform maintenance over the next 3 weeks. Work crews will resurface pool decks, replace all deck drains, and do some routine maintenance too.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Heading out the door, you're going to be greeted by that same humidity and mugginess that we got greeted to yesterday morning ahead for us on this Tuesday morning. Now, things will start to pick up in terms of that heat, begin to worsen our forecast, and a bit of an increase in our heat risk that's going to expand and include more of our neighborhoods and parts of the coastal bend under that major zone, so that level 3 out of 4 as we look ahead towards the next few days in our work week here. But right now, waking up, things are going to feel the most comfortable that they're going to get. Air temperatures reaching towards those mid to upper 70s. Lower 80s for areas that are a little bit more closer towards the coast. So this is the most comfortable part of our day, most likely. Those temperatures are only going to increase as we head towards this afternoon, and we'll see our feel like temperatures also start to increase along that same similar pattern there. So right now, taking a look at our school day forecast, 7 a.m. drop off with those kiddos all going to school for their first day today. For a couple of those other school districts, you can expect conditions to be mostly sunny. Air temperatures again reaching nearby those mid to upper 70s. By this afternoon, that heat's going to crank up a lot, reaching toward those mid to upper 90s and under still mostly sunny skies. But then we'll also see those feel like temperatures begin to range back up towards those triple digits. For more northern communities, you guys are going to see your feel like temperatures mostly ranging towards those lower 100s for areas nearby Beeville, as well as Refugio and George West. A little bit more for our southern neighborhoods and counties. You guys are going to see your feel like temperatures eke a little bit closer towards 110 degrees as we reach this afternoon. So getting closer towards that criteria once again of where heat alerts could be necessary. I don't think we're going to hold any temperatures at 110 degrees or more long enough to get those heat alerts issued, but still that doesn't mean that heat's still not dangerous. It is considered dangerous for us, and that's why we see that heat risk starting to increase for us for some inland neighborhoods ahead for us today, and it's just going to continue to expand to more neighborhoods ahead for us tomorrow on our Wednesday, and then our Thursday, a lot of neighborhoods in the coastal bend under that red zone, under that major risk of heat danger ahead for you later on in the work week. Now looking at our rain chances, those are going to be pretty slim to none, maybe a couple stray showers passing on through as we look ahead towards the afternoon hours with the help of the afternoon sea breeze. Truly beneficial rainfall, maybe not looking to come into the forecast until we look ahead towards your Friday and your Saturday.
Welcome back, folks. The United States and China failed to reach a trade agreement before the midnight deadline last night and will now add a 90-day extension onto their tariff pause.
Now, to talk more about this, our Washington correspondent Stephanie Liebergen joins us live now. And Stephanie, with the extension of the tariff pause, what does that mean for the future of a possible trade deal, and what impact will consumers see from this decision?
Good morning. Well, the extension certainly means that talks are going well enough that the president doesn't feel like he needs to strong-arm China to keep them at the negotiating table. The president spoke well about the negotiations yesterday during a press conference about crime here in Washington, D.C. He said he has a good relationship with the Chinese president, Xi Jinping, and he thinks that the negotiations and conversations are going well. There have been 3 rounds of in-person trade talks between high-level officials from both of the 2 countries, so we could see more in-person trade talks continue. We also could see a potential summit between President Trump and Chinese President Xi. All of these things are possible, but the pause is good news. It means that talks are at least progressing towards a permanent trade deal. However, the continued 90-day pause creates a looming uncertainty for businesses as they're trying to plan ahead. The tariffs in effect right now is a 30% tariff on imports for most items coming in from China. That is significantly higher than the tariff was before President Trump took office. So even though this pause at the 30% level is good news for now, it's still been something that businesses have been having to deal with for a few months now. Some companies aren't making purchases. It's harder to plan ahead. They're maybe not restocking their backstock as much as they would have before this 30% tariff level hit. And that means when consumers go shopping, they might see fewer options on the shelves. We might start seeing empty shelves as tariff concerns not only with China but other countries around the world continue to make it hard for businesses to plan ahead. The U.S. imports a lot from China specifically. We're talking about everything from household goods and clothing to giant items like wind turbines to super small things like computer chips and the rare earth metals needed to make some batteries. So this 30% level will continue for another 90 days, but that means this will go until November 10th. That sets up a potential change in tariffs on imports from China just ahead of the holiday shopping season. So it's good news for now, but there's still a lot of uncertainty for businesses, which means there's a lot of uncertainty for families on what exactly prices are going to be in the coming months as this tariff and trade war continues with especially China, but other countries around the world as well.
Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for following this for us.
Yeah, we appreciate your insight, ma'am. Looking forward to talking again very soon.
Alrighty, good morning. Now taking a live look outside now for our first community bank sky cam atop the USS Lexington, where you can see traffic flows looking good on both the new and old harbor bridges there. Looking at some mostly clear skies right now, still a little shy before sunrise. Just a little bit before. It'll be happening over the next few minutes, of course, and we'll see that sunshine really start to bake on in, giving us warmer temperatures by this afternoon. So you have that air conditioning already maybe on at this moment, but definitely cranked up by this afternoon. Let's go ahead and take a look at our traffic flow map, see what you can expect on other roadways across the area though right now. Heading on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga, all 3 of those roadways moving pretty smoothly. Same thing for the most part throughout most of our roadways here on Flower Bluff. Bit of a mixture of medium and slow speed that you'll see on Waldron Road. Pretty decent happening on your drive on Flower Bluff Drive, and then all clear on the JFK Causeway. That's it for Traport with details and forecast coming up.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Alrighty, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Taking a live look outside now from our Snoopy's Pier Sky Cam, sponsored by CCAC. We can see that gorgeous small hints that sunrise beginning to happen on the horizon beyond the JFK Causeway there. Under those mostly clear skies, it's going to lead towards ample sunshine as we head towards this afternoon. And those temperatures, those are going to heat up back up towards those mid to upper 90s. Feel like temperatures skyrocketing into those 100s. So we're in for yet another sweltering afternoon for us here in the Coastal Bend. But before we go ahead and get into what you can expect here at home in our forecast, let's quickly go over what's going on in the tropics. Tropics are brewing right now. It's anticipated for the month of August where things start to get a little bit more busy with more tropical activity. So let's go ahead and get into what's happening right now nearby us here in the Coastal Bend and what's also happening throughout other parts of the tropics right now. So let's go ahead and take a look. We can see there's a bit of a small blip over towards the northeastern part of the Gulf, where it's just a very disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms just off the coast of Louisiana. And that area is looking at a 0% chance of formation formation over the next 7 days. Just not really looking very promising for the system to have a chance to truly expand in any way, shape, or form at this moment. We got another blip that is nearby further north towards the northwestern part of the Atlantic. So that area also looking at a very poor chance of formation over the next 7 days as well, just because of how far north it is. It's going to deal with more wind shear, breaking apart those showers and thunderstorms, not allowing the area to really get organized to become anything at this point. But we do have this tropical storm, Aaron, that did form, of course, yesterday, looking to make its way, continue push its way further out westward from the coast of West Africa. It is forecast to become our first hurricane in the Atlantic for the 2025 hurricane season and eventually make its track, becoming potentially a Category 3 hurricane just a little bit north of San Juan of Puerto Rico there. So the forecast track is very uncertain right now. It's still got a ways to go before it makes that progression to even intensify or make its way further out westward. So we'll continue to track this system and see how it begins to form over the next few days throughout the rest of our work week here. But for us here at home, no impacts are expected for now from that system. But taking a look at our forecast here at a glance, still looking at hot and muggy conditions, air temperatures reaching toward those mid to upper 90s by this afternoon, with feel-like temperatures ranging into those triple digits. So along with that, we got a worsening of our heat risk, still expanding in that major zone. So that's that level 3 out of 4 that's going to expand daily for us each and every day heading towards the end of our work week. And we'll still have a continuation of those sea breeze showers expecting the forecast as well, coming in with the help of the afternoon. So that's still going to be possible for us later on today, with more promising rain chances on the way towards this weekend.
A lot of students will be going back to school this week, and West Oso ISD is getting ready today.
Yeah, that's right. Our neighborhood news reporter Janet Jenkins is live this morning over at West Oso Elementary with West Oso Superintendent Kim Moore to talk more about what's new for students this year. Hey, Janet, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. That's right. Summer break is officially over, and it is now the first day of school for students here at West Oso ISD. And I have Superintendent Kimberly Moore with me talking about what's new this school year. What should students expect that's a little bit different?
Well, one of the things that I think most of the students hopefully know by now is we are going to be cell phone free. We're going to actually be device free. So we're going to help our students to concentrate on learning by putting those devices away when they walk in the building, and they can have them back on when that last bell rings. But we're super excited about opportunities for growth, for really engaging one another and being focused and giving each other our attention here in the place that we are and not focused on that phone. Our theme this year in West Oso ISD is writing our legacy, no limits.
And that is really important for our students to know, that there is nothing that can stop them if they believe in themselves. So here at West Oso ISD, we are waiting for our students to come in about an hour. We're really excited, and we are really excited for that. So I am your neighborhood news reporter, Jada Jenkins, on the west side, waiting for our students to come in.
The Miller Buccaneers may have new faces on their roster, but they've all got the same goal: to win the UIL District 14 5A Division II championship again.
Perfect plays, let's go. It's been exciting. You know, it's been a great spring. These kids have worked extremely hard. And then going into the summer, their level of dedication, I'll tell you, for the first time, we were able to install on both sides of the ball in June.
If there's one thing certain about Miller, when the Bucks set sail, they don't rebuild, they reload.
You know, it's really special. We've been working all summer long, you know, just the communication, you know, we're really on point. Our D-line up front, really scary. We're gonna have a great box this year.
One of the top returners on the defensive line is sophomore Dion Jones. Last year, he was the district newcomer of the year with 58 tackles.
I love our consistency. We work as a team a lot. You know, I feel like one thing we lacked a lot playing these big teams in the playoffs was just being the team. This year, we're definitely way more locked in.
The Buccaneers offense features a friendly quarterback battle between 5 guys.
Hey, let's go.
They'll be surrounded by experience. Miller returns 3 of 5 starters on the line, and the receivers have depth and talent.
quarterbacks that can, make plays with their feet and throw the ball and all that stuff. So, we're excited for that, but like being so young, they're going to have to, grow as the year grows.
That development will happen alongside Miller's new running back core.
Daryl Donaldson and Jordan Davis, and they're battling it out right now, and both of them are really good. We're going to hand them both the ball, but, for us, we just feel like we believe in our developmental process here at Miller, and we feel like that even when you lose people, you're just getting the next people ready.
Miller and Veterans Memorial face off for our game night South Texas Showdown Thursday, August 28th at 7:05 p.m. live on Chris 6. I'm Larissa Liska, Chris 6 Sports.
All righty, good morning. Now taking a live look at our planner for today. We're looking at a lot of sunshine coming in by this morning throughout the day, heading towards this afternoon. Look at more heat and humidity in store for us throughout the day today as well. So we will also see a worsening of our heat risk. That major zone starting to expand throughout more neighborhoods and communities beginning today, and that's going to continue ahead for us throughout the remainder of our work week. But focusing on today, those temperatures reaching into those lower 90s by 11 o'clock this morning, then approaching those mid 90s around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll still see a lot of sunshine, a lot of humidity and heat on the way, so air temperatures will eventually reach that afternoon high of 97 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Still have a chance to see a couple stray showers as well with the help of the sea breeze during the afternoon. But taking a look at those feel like temperatures, things are going to get hot for us here in the coastal bend across our area here, reaching into those lower 100s at the very least. Some neighborhoods seeing their feel like temperatures approach that 110 mark later on this afternoon, so it just all depends. Either way, you're going to be in store for just that, a lot of intense heat and humidity on the way, so you just want to make sure you're practicing the heat safety regardless if we have any heat alerts going to be effect. Now we will have those daily rain chances coming in with those sea breezes, but then true rain chances coming in by this weekend.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of non-stop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We'll check in with meteorologist Julia Quady in just a bit, but first, here's your neighborhood check-in.
Class is in session, and so is a newly passed cell phone ban. I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Victoria Valderrama, and I'll tell you what this means for CCISD students. This cell phone ban is a change many Texas school districts have made because of a newly passed law, House Bill 1481, prohibiting the use of cell phones, smartwatches, tablets, and other similar devices. At Tuesday's board meeting, CCISD district officials outlined how it will regulate no phones in the schools. CCISD board members voted to approve the implementation, consequences, and exceptions of the cell phone ban rule with an amendment.
So what we're going to do is add a $15 fine to the second offense, and it will not be discretionary. We'll take out discretion. So
Strike 2 means you get your phone confiscated and you'll have to pay a fee to get it back. There was also an amendment by Don Clark.
And I will offer a third and hopefully final amendment to the action item to say cell phones will be turned off from the time you enter a CCISD building.
With these rules now in place, the district hopes it will minimize distractions in the classrooms and give students a better learning environment. In Corpus Christi, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Victoria Valderrama, for Chris 6 News.
It was a big day in Alice. Students were headed back to school. About 500 kids headed to Science Elementary. And it wasn't just the students feeling those first day jitters. Parents like Mari Hinojosa were getting emotional dropping off her little ones. She was sending 3 kids to Alice ISD, including one starting pre-K. And she admitted she wasn't prepared for the feelings that hit her. Even though she used to work for the district herself and had total confidence in the teachers, those parent emotions still snuck up on her. While students hit the books, Alice ISD officials tell me the whole community needs to stay vigilant about school safety, including the new cell phone policy. In Alice, I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter, Chris 6 News.
The reality is AI isn't going anywhere anytime soon. That's why local teachers came together for the Tech Connect conference at Robstown ISD. That's Rachel Medrano. She's the Instructional Technology Coordinator with Robstown ISD. She says it's time for teachers to embrace this new digital age. AI is a tool for teachers and a powerful one. Medrano says there's tools that they can incorporate to lessen their workload, but still help their students.
The next Tech Connect conference will be held next July. In Robstown, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Stephanie Molina, Chris 6 News.
A teenager shot at a house party is now out of the hospital. I'm Ana Conejo, your neighborhood news reporter near downtown. John Gomez Jr., also known as Johnny Boy, sat down with me to tell me about what happened before the shooting and his plans to recover.
I thought I was gonna die that night. No one really took a while for someone to come and save me.
August 2nd is the night Johnny Michael Gomez Jr. will never forget.
I still have a bullet lodged in my pelvis area. Still, this one, it was an entry and exit wound.
His scars, forever a reminder of that night. Gomez, who goes by Johnny Boy, was one of 2 teens shot at a house party on Bouvet Drive. He shared with me what happened that night.
It was quite a lot of people. They were all playing beer pong, bottles everywhere. Everyone was drunk.
Johnny Boy was there to pick up his cousin when he says 3 teens approached him and tried to steal his $5,000 chain. But he didn't give up easily.
I tried to push the gun away and, he shot 5 times, hitting me and also the other victim.
He says he remembers collapsing in the backyard, helpless.
I did see, 2 older individuals look at me while I was on the floor. And, they said, "Oh my God," and they just, walked away.
Now he's out of the ICU in constant pain, struggling to do everyday tasks. His family now seeking justice.
I want the people that were serving alcohol to minors, I want them to be liable for what they did. And I just want justice for my Johnny Boy.
According to CCPD, 1 teen was arrested in Victoria. In the meantime, Johnny Boy says he's grateful for all the support from the community. Johnny Boy's biggest hope is that sharing his story will help reduce the unnecessary gun violence among teens. Reporting near downtown Corpus Christi, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Ana Conejo, Chris 6 News.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Heading out the door, you're going to be greeted with those same conditions that we had yesterday on our Monday. I'm talking that heat, that humidity, feeling kind of somewhat comfortable right now, but it will start to feel a little bit more oppressive as we head towards this afternoon. Right now, those taking this gorgeous look from our Snoopy Spear Sky Cam sponsored by CCAC. Got that gorgeous hue of a little bit of yellow and orange there from that sunrise beyond the JFK Causeway there. Maybe a little bit of pink coming in there too, but looking at mostly clear skies, just a few passing clouds, and that's going to be our view throughout most of the day today, minus some areas that we'll see a couple of those stray spotty showers with the help of that sea breeze later on this afternoon. Of course, those neighborhoods, you'll see a little bit more cloud cover associated with that shower activity, but again, that's going to be stray in nature, not expecting anything big or significant from that event if it does occur later on this afternoon. But looking at our temperatures again, starting off pretty pleasant for the most part, reaching into those mid to upper 70s, lower 80s for areas out along the coast, so this is going to be our most comfortable point of the day before things begin to heat up as we head towards this afternoon. And by the time you're picking up those kids from school, dropping them off though, is going to be looking at mostly sunny skies that we're waking up to right now this morning. Temperatures reaching the same range as they are at this moment into those mid to upper 70s. Looking at those mid to upper 90s by 3-4 o'clock this afternoon around pickup, reaching that afternoon high temperature nearby 97 degrees. So that heat is going to be tacked on quite a bit as we look ahead towards this afternoon. And along for our feel like temperatures across our neighborhoods here in the coastal bend, at the very least, you're looking at those lower 100s in store for you for your northern neighborhoods, areas that are a little bit more further south, like here in Corpus Christi and over in the Bluff. We're getting a little bit closer towards that 109, 110 line for our feel like temperatures by the time we reach 2 o'clock this afternoon. So that heat and humidity is going to continue to increase ahead for us today and for the upcoming days ahead. So that's going to correlate towards our heat risk also increasing, specifically that major zone starting to expand more and more throughout more inland neighborhoods ahead for us tomorrow on our Wednesday and on our Thursday. You can just see that heat risk just gradually increasing more and more each day with that increase in moisture and humidity. Now again, our rain chances today pretty slim to none, maybe a couple stray showers coming in with the help of that moisture as well as that sea breeze during the afternoon, but nothing truly significant to be expected there. And our rain chances will start to ramp up a little bit better, look a little bit more promising ahead for us on our Friday and on our Saturday with some more isolated showers, maybe some thunderstorms expected expected to be in that mix as well. But for now, looking at those hotter temperatures and ample sunshine to go out with our work week.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
All right, folks, it's that time yet again. Here are the 6 things we've compiled that we think you need to know before you head out the door.
President Donald Trump announced yesterday that he's placing Washington, D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department under direct federal control and deploying the National Guard. The president claims his intention is to stop crime in the city, and this move is legal under the Home Rule Act. The president can take control of the D.C. police force for a period of no more than 30 days during an emergency. What constitutes an emergency is at the president's discretion.
Well, a suspected gunman has been arrested after opening fire at a Target parking lot in Austin, killing 3 people and injuring 1 yesterday. Austin police say the suspect, identified as 32-year-old male, he stole a car, fled the scene, crashed that car, and then hijacked another vehicle before he was finally arrested a little time later. Officials say the suspect has a mental health history, but there's no word yet on a motive.
Here in your neighborhood, there's a closure starting on Ocean Drive today. This will affect the area from Ennis-Jocelyn Road to Waverly Road. This construction isn't expected to last long. The paving job they'll be doing is expected to wrap up by Saturday. And during this construction, Ocean Drive will go from 4 lanes to 2 lanes in the area.
Waterline improvements is also scheduled to continue on Mount Vernon Street at the intersection of Everhart Road. It's supposed to wrap up Thursday, but during this process, Mount Vernon Street will be closed from Everhart Road to Winona Drive. Make sure to pay attention to all those road signs and detour signs while construction is taking place, folks.
So today is the first day of school for many school districts across the area, like West Oso ISD, Brooks County ISD, Beeville ISD, Rivera ISD, and Port Aransas ISD. They're all going to start their school year today, and we'll check in with Neighborhood News reporter Jada Jenkins in just a bit for West Oso. But remember, folks, if you're dropping off your kids, make sure you leave early to anticipate heavier traffic for the first few days of the school year.
Well, new data is set to be released today on the prices consumers paid for goods in the month of July. Financial experts are projecting that inflation ticked higher last month, partially caused by tariff-related price increases. In June, the CPI rose by 2.7% compared to the previous year as clothing, footwear, furniture, and other prices increased with those tariffs. After today's report, all eyes will be on the Federal Reserve to see whether it will slash interest rates during its September meeting.
All right, now taking it outside, looking at our view atop SPID, or SPID Skycam, I should say, where you can see a mix of that cloud cover coming in with that sunrise. Now, cloud coverage is going to be very low at a minimum at best. The only thing that's going to ramp that up is going to be that moisture that's going to be tied towards our slight bit of rain chances coming in with the help of that afternoon sea breeze. Other than that, we're going to be looking at mostly clear and sunny skies, pretty much as clear as we saw our traffic flow on our traffic sky cam there over on SPID. Moving on over now towards JFK Causeway, going to and from the island, also looking at easy and clear driving conditions. A little bit more different as we get towards Flower Bluff and heading in both directions on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive, looking at a bit of a medium speed, so be prepared for that if you're heading in that direction. Also a little bit of a slower speed once you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. Heading on over now towards downtown on Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga. All 3 of those roadways moving clear for your start of your Tuesday morning commute. That's it for Triport. Make details in your forecast coming up.
All right, folks. Well, back to school is right around the corner, and West Oso ISD, well, they are getting ready.
Yes, our neighborhood news reporter Jada Jenkins is live this morning at West Oso Elementary with West Oso Superintendent Kim Moore to talk about what's new for students this year. Hey, good morning, Jada.
Good morning. Yes, that's right. Today is the first day of class for students at West Oso ISD. We have this beautiful background behind us getting ready for our students to come get excited and have photo ops. And we also have Superintendent Kimberly Moore. Hello, hello.
Good morning, Jada.
Good morning. So tell us a little bit. West Oso has had a few events leading up to the school year. One of those being Convocation that we actually have footage of. So tell me a little bit about Convocation. What was that like?
So it was last Monday, the 4th, and we were celebrating, kicking off with all of our staff, getting excited for the 25-26 school year. Our theme was Writing Our Legacy, No Limits. And so we had performances by our dance teams, our cheer, And then we ended with our ACE choir singing I Rise Up. And so we also had spirit contest, and West Oso Elementary School won that spirit contest. And that's why we're here this morning, because we know that this campus, all the campuses have lots of spirit, but this year this campus did win the spirit contest.
I love that, and I'm so excited to be here. If this was the school with the most spirit. So tell me, what are you most excited for the students to really grasp this school year, especially on the first day?
Just that they're here, they're focused, they're ready to learn. We're working on the writing, like literally working on our writing skills, but also on that no limits, that they can accomplish anything that they put their minds to, academically, athletically, artistically.
Everything with no limits. And I'm really excited. I know these students are as well. So we're getting ready to have them come in studio, come over here and back to you in studio.
Jada, thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Well, Chris 6 News has teamed up with the Gulf Coast Humane Society for the Clear the Shelters campaign, highlighting one furry friend every day who's in need of a forever home. Today, we're highlighting Maurice. Maurice is a 4-year-old domestic shorthair who has a big heart and a gentle soul. Maurice is affectionate, playful, and full of life, so if you wish to adopt Maurice, head on over to the Gulf Coast Humane Society today at 3118 Cabanis Road.
Oh, just an adorable little face, too. So I love cats, right? We used to have cats growing up. We cannot have one, though.
No.
Michelle is, like, deathly allergic to
severely
cat dander.
allergic. Yeah.
It's bad.
My eyes, like, puff up. I get tears. And I sneeze like crazy.
Oh, man. Yeah,
she sounds a bit like this, too.
Whoa.
Goodness gracious. I love cats too, though. I do. I love cats. I love dogs. I know. I'm manifesting. I will have a fur baby one day. I don't know when it will be, but one day I'm manifesting to have a fur baby. I want, like, how could you not want to come home to that every day? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Someone that's just so excited to see you.
They can never be disappointed.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, always happy to see you each and every day.
Well, do we have any disappointment coming from the weather today?
Well, I know for folks who are not happy with the heat, they'll probably be disappointed in the forecast here because things are still going to be hot for us in the Coastal Bend, even though, of course, it's the first day of school for some school districts here in the Coastal Bend, and that's going to continue throughout the remainder of our week. We're still in the season of summer, so things are still going to be feeling hot for us in the Coastal Bend. And taking a look at your forecast today at a glance here, heat and humidity is just the name of the game. Going to see our air temperatures reaching towards those mid to upper 90s under mostly sunny skies, and with our feel temperatures joining into those higher levels, reaching nearby 109 or 110 degrees throughout some neighborhoods by this afternoon. That also correlates to our worsening of our heat risk coming in that major zone throughout some inland neighborhoods as we look ahead toward this afternoon as well. Now, we also do have a bit of a chance to see a couple more stray showers in the forecast by this afternoon with the help of that sea breeze coming in with that mid-level disturbance that gave us a slight bit of our rain chances yesterday. That's going to continue ahead for us today as well. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our dog walking forecast, though. Introducing our star for this morning, we got Elf here, and I can anticipate that Elf will probably not be wearing the sweater heading out on the dog walk at any point at time today, because that heat and humidity is just going to make it a bit uncomfortable to wear any extra layers that just aren't necessary. So looking at our temperatures here, will continue to increase, reaching towards those mid 80s around 9 o'clock this morning, approaching those lower 90s by 11, and certainly by lunchtime already having those air temperatures reaching towards low to mid 90s. So by the time we reach our afternoon high temperature of 97 degrees, again under mostly sunny skies, that humidity is going to add towards why we'll be experiencing our feel-like temperatures, again, ranging into those triple digits as well. And we'll still have a chance of those stray showers coming in. Again, I really emphasize stray showers now, looking at truly any beneficial rainfall coming in with those showers that are only going to be helped and pushed into the area just by that afternoon sea breeze. So maybe some inland as well, some northern neighborhoods seeing a chance to see some of those passing showers. But for the most part, all of us will be dry and looking at mostly sunny skies throughout the afternoon. But here's that heat risk. We saw only a bit of a small orange reddish blip yesterday that's going to increase for us today, head for us tomorrow, and on your Thursday, only worsening each and every day for us here in the Coastal Bend. So that's just going to mean that things will be feeling pretty uncomfortable for us here in the area, but rain chances will start to look a little bit more promising as we head towards the end of our work week. So on your Friday and Saturday, maybe a better chance to see some isolated showers and thunderstorms, but for now, that heat is on. It's still summer in the Coastal Bend, even though summer break might be over for our students.
Awesome stuff. Well, hey, thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate it. We appreciate you all at home tuning in as well. Hope you have a fantastic Taco Tuesday and an even better rest of the week ahead.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Have a good one.